Hey, what is up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. So for today's video, I'm going to briefly go over what is happening with my Forex funds, as well as giving my opinion about the futures prop firm space moving forward. Now, the only real reason why I want to cover this is because one, a lot of you have actually reached out in the comments and the DMs asking for my opinion about it all, as well as the futures prop space moving forward. And then number two is because since I am an active trader with different companies in the futures space, I want to make sure I'm aware of everything that's happening and being transparent about my journey with it all too. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. First and foremost, if you would like a really nice breakdown of this entire article as well as this 40-page paper, I am linking below my description not only these two links here, but also to Trades by Matt's video explaining it all. I was able to better understand exactly what was happening because of that video, so feel free to watch that. You can completely skip this one if you'd like to be able to understand this better. But to briefly give a little summary of what's happening so my viewers are able to get a quick spiel about it, is that my Forex funds was charged with fraudulently taking over $300 million from customers that were hoping to become professional traders. In essence, my Forex funds was lying about their main slogan of right here, your success is our business and we only make money when you do. And by lying about that, they actually implemented different infrastructure policies in order to make sure customers were not profitable. And you can find what those tactics were right here, but also I'm going to read it directly from the complaint of this 40-page paper. It's on page 3. The first tactic they use is to use a drawdown limit as a bad faith pretext to terminate customer accounts. They would mislead assessing Traders Global's own commissions to reduce customer account equity. Traders Global's is also known as My Forex Funds. And based upon what they wrote here is that the accounts that people were in, they weren't even in the live markets. So by implementing these commission fees in a simulated environment, essentially, it wasn't fair because it was only really used in the complaints perspective that they wanted to reduce customer accounts only. So it's not even a real market. Why are they having these fees for? The next thing is secretly using specialized software to stack the odds against customers by either one, delaying execution of customer orders, pretty straightforward, or two, executing orders at worse prices than appeared to the customer at the time an order was sent. So that is referred to as slippage. And then next they had the tactic of sending orders from an extremely small number of successful customers to an overseas counterparty, then using the specialized software to artificially increase the distance between the best bid or offer to create the false appearance of decreased customer profits and increased customer losses. So this in itself, having a really wide spread, can definitely affect the way that you enter into a trade, the way that you look at the trade. Obviously, having a 10-point spread versus a 0.01 spread or 0.1 spread is a very big difference. So by having very large spreads, it can make your trade a lot more worse, so that you're entering at a worse price than before or than you should have. So that's pretty much what's happening, just to provide a little bit of evidence of what is happening as well to show the severity of this. If you actually go down to 18 through 24, you'll see lots of evident communications between the employees of these companies. And I just want to point out at least two of them for you that really stood out for me. So the first one is actually going to be right here on page 20, number 82. On June 6, 2022, employee A, I have suspended one of these traders for arbitrage and requested he send the source code of the EA to unsuspend the account. I really need to know what they are doing so I can either ban them or STP them. He's got like 100K of pending to withdraw, so I need something to stop that money going out. The next evidence or communications I want to show you all is coming into Slip Them to Hell. So it's page 21 right here. We have on number 89, April 15, 2022, employee A identified a number of accounts using a bot to successfully generate profits. I think we need another profile just for these accounts and just slip them to hell, referring to one of their tactics used of, creating a bad slippage for the accounts. So worse entry essentially. So yeah, all of this is really unfortunate to hear. And this is just pieces of it. If you just keep reading through, it gets worse and worse. And it's really unfortunate to hear that a company was doing this. And the creator, Murtuza Kazmi, he actually signed an agreement knowing since the beginning of MFF that this was the purpose of the company, to have the downfall of customers and their accounts in order to secure gains for themselves or the company. And what Cosme had done with all of those gains he made, $300 million from these customers, is he bought over $14 million in real estate. And then he bought over $5 million in luxury cars. And then he spent even more, thousands of dollars into his personal accounts. So that's just the surface level of everything, as you can see right here. So yeah, feel free to definitely read upon this and develop your own opinion, but that's just the basis of what is happening. And as far as my opinion about the prop firm space, specifically futures moving forward, is I don't really think there is much to be affected aside from what is said on page 3 here. And this is because Trades by Matt actually pointed it out. Otherwise, I wouldn't have seen the connection. But the drawdown limit, obviously we know that in the future space, as well as in the Forex space, apparently, there is a drawdown limit. And in my opinion, we are able to use that as a means for risk management for both the trader and for the company, because obviously the company wants to ensure that they have the right traders aboard. So if they do hit the drawdown limit, it shows they don't have the best the best risk management. But then also, the way that this plate has been created, you can see that the drawdown limit is also used as a bad faith, because it wants customers to, if they hit these accounts, they blow it, reset them, right? Or buy a new one. And then that's how the companies make more money. So, there's definitely a 50-50 on that. And I'm really interested to hear what's going to happen on the September 11th, I believe, court date that further might talk about this. And I think this might affect the future space because we use it. So I wonder how that would be adjusted moving forward. Aside from that, I know that futures trading, we don't use CFD, at least the companies I trade with. We have nothing to do with that. And to give all of the audience a little bit of, peace of mind, is actually going to be from hearing from the companies themselves. So the first one that had a response that I see is Chris from Lilu. This is the CEO. And he says, Lilu is not a prop firm. Lilu is a software company. Lilu's proprietary software platform provides individual traders an opportunity to test their skills in the market with simulated currency and the potential for payouts via periodic performance-based contests, well known as Lilu's signature performance-based trading and contests. Lilu is a leading education platform that champions retail traders. The second public response we have is from TopStep as well. That's Casey, the COO of TopStep. And he states, please stop the chatter about MFF. We are not Forex, we are futures, headquartered in Chicago, and we've been in business for 12 years. We are in full compliance with all CFTC and NFA regulations. Forex firms are the Wild West. It is illegal to offer greater than 50-to-1 leverage and CFDs to USA citizens. Simple as that. Do your own due diligence. At TopStep, we trade Forex futures, which are traded on a regulated exchange, aka the CME. Lastly, our public response from Elite Trader Funding. We are aware of the current developments within the FX industry, that's Forex, and want to assure our valued customers that Elite Trader Funding strictly adheres to all regulations set forth by the CFTC and NFA. Elite Trader Funding does not manage, own, or maintain the infrastructure used to route your trades. Instead, ETF works with third-party brokers such as CQG, that's Tradeovate, and Rhythmic, as well as our partner T3, to facilitate the transition of traders to live accounts. ETF cannot and will not in any way affect the execution and or potential execution of trades in either the simulated and or live market environments. Last but certainly not least, ETF has not nor will ever offer CFD products as they are illegal in the US. So with that being said, I definitely feel a lot more peace of mind hearing this from directly the companies. And the last thing I want to say from my own personal opinion too is that, if a company is able to clearly, define the timeline of moving you to a live account, or at least if they don't clearly define it, you do know that the company is moving you to a live account at the end of the day. It shows that they want to put you on a regulated exchange. It shows that they are following the rules because, prop firms are more like a stepping stone. It's to help you to be able to trade your own personal account or to get to a live account with them, because that's the point of them. So yeah, that's everything to cover for today. I hope that I was able to break down what's happening with my Forex funds simply enough. And again, feel free to watch Trades by Matt's video as he does a much more in-depth breakdown of it, and also providing my insight about my opinion for the futures prop firm space. Please do your due diligence. It's so important, especially if you're coming over from the Forex space into the futures space. welcome aboard. First of all, I do have a few links in my description if you wanted to take a look at those futures companies, save some money as well. I seriously do appreciate your time and support. I really hope this video was helpful in some way. And of course, if you have any other further questions or comments or concerns, please put them down in the comment section below. And everyone, feel free to chime in, because I do believe it's important that we are collectively understanding what's happening to build that foundation, and then we can better prepare for what may come in the future. You know, as a trader in this space, I really want these prop firms to be able to stick around. And the more transparency that we can have, the more regulations we can have, I think the safer it can be for all of us. And that also ensures that we are able to withdraw our profits. The last thing I'll say is with MFF, with their frozen assets, a lot of traders aren't able to withdraw that money that they've earned. So that's why this is super important. But anyways, I'm gonna end it here. Appreciate you guys a lot. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you all in the next video.